We're here today with Ronnie Spector, formerly of the Ronettes, and now author of a new book entitled Be My Baby. How you doing, Ronnie?
Hi, Robin. I'm just doing wonderful.
Welcome to
thanks.
Nashville.
Oh, I love being here.
You've waited many years to write this book. What took you so long?
Well, first of all, I was still afraid of Phil. I was Phil Spector. I was still afraid to do or say anything about him for years and years. And the only way I could go on with my life was to write this book and sort of cleanse myself and get rid of the past and go on with my future, especially after I had 2 children. The only way that I could go on was to write this book.
Do you see women in the business today who are falling into the same kind of trap that you did years ago?
I don't think so. I think people like Madonna, Janet Jackson, they have much more business knowledge. When we first started, it was very young rock and roll, especially for girl groups and stuff. And I think it's much better now. I think people like me are good for the people like Madonna's and Janet Jackson's now because they know how to handle themselves. They know the business of it. And it's very important, especially for women, to have their careers and know what they're doing and read the contracts.
Out of all the bad that happened, what good happened to you?
What bad happened to me?
What good happened to you?
Having hits like Be My Baby, it was just so wonderful. I'm from Spanish Harlem in New York, and it was, to have a #1 record, it was incredible because it was my dream to have a #1 record and make love to the audience. And I got my dream came true through Phil Spector, so I fell madly in love with him. And I was in love with his writing, his producing. I loved the way he talked. I loved the way he walked. I just had a thing with him. I was very young, very naive, and very much in love.
Do you care if kids today know who the Ronettes are?
It's amazing because I did a show last year in London, Royal Albert Hall, on the Dirty Dancing tour. And it was amazing to see kids 16 and 17 outside of my dressing room door singing, "Be my little baby." It was wonderful. And they do know me, and their parents know me, so it makes it even better.
Would you describe yourself as a hero or survivor?
I don't say hero, but a survivor I am, yes. Proud of myself.
And we're seeing right now the emergence of many female groups once again. Do you think this is a phase or something that might last now?
I think it will last because I think those records in the 60s will be here forever. I mean, a lot of things in the 70s, it's gone, you don't hear of it again, and the 80s. And I think the music in the 60s was so innocent. For every kiss you give me, I'll give you 3. I mean, that's so simple and to the point.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Today, a lot of the, whatever you do, it's like Madonna's Vogue. They tell you what to do. And then it was just so natural and so much fun to do the twist, the monkey, the jerk, whatever dances are out. That's what we did. And it was great. I'm not saying today isn't great, too, because it's wonderful today, but I'm sure glad I lived in the 60s.
Well, a lot of the younger kids today now know you as the Eddie Money video woman.
Right.
How did that project come about?
Well, as a matter of fact, I was home very bored. I couldn't get a contract. For years, I couldn't get a recording contract. And I was sitting home. My kids were around 2 and 3 at the time. And the telephone rang. And he said, "Hi, this is Eddie Money." I said, "Who?" And then he told me who he was. And, of course, I'd heard a couple of his records. And he said, "Would you like to come to California and make a song with me? And all you have to do is sing little bits and pieces of Be My Baby." And when anybody says for me to sing, I'm ready, especially to sing Be My Baby. And that's how it started. I went down to California, met Eddie, did a video, and it's just incredible.
Is your eye on anybody now that you'd like to sing with?
No.
No one?
Well, sing with. I always sang my records. I always sang lead in my records. And there was nobody like boy, girl singing with me. I'm not a Paul and Paula. I'm from the Ronettes and from the 60s where we did all our lead singing, the Shirelles, the Shangri-Las, the Supremes. So I don't think I was a girl-guy duet person. I'm just a girl group from the 60s.
Well, one quick question. You're so beautiful. Has it
Okay,
helped
thanks.
or hindered your career, do you think?
Well, at the beginning, it helped very much because I'm a half-breed, and all the other 2 Ronettes, one is my sister, one is my first cousin. So we look different. And I don't know if it's pretty or what, but we looked different. And I think the kids and the guys in the audience liked that. And we were like young, and I think they sensed that we were innocent, even though we wore tight dresses and slits up the side. We were very different looking. And I'm glad I had the Ronettes and me and all that.
Well, we're glad too. Thank you so much for talking with us today, Ronnie.
Thank you,
and good luck to
Robin.
you.
Thanks, bye.
Bye-bye. That's Ronnie Spector, formerly of the Ronettes, and now with her new book, Be My Baby.